From time to time, I hear from people that emotions make them sick and create problems in their lives or relationships. And I hear it even from people who have been doing somatic work, like somatic emotional work for a while. And of course, they are not even aware that they are saying it, because the thought and belief that say it's the emotion that's causing the pain are so unconscious that they don't even notice that they still believe it, that it's the emotion that's causing the pain. For example, I know this anger is causing the pain in my stomach, so I want to work on that. I know this anger is causing the pain, right? So it sounds even reasonable that I want to work on that. Or I know this sadness or endless cycle of grief still keeps me in depression. I know it's the sadness and the grief that keeps me in depression. It sounds almost true, right? But again, it's not the emotion that makes us sick, anxious or depressed. It's the repression of the emotion that makes us sick, anxious or depressed. Emotions like anger, hurt, sadness, or fear, or any other emotions that we have, like happiness, joy, sexuality, femininity, masculinity, or any emotions that we have, they are just energies that are a natural part of life, our experience, and the body. The same as life energy. Would you ever want to suppress your life force, your life energy intentionally? Of course not. So, of course, emotional repression is an unconscious mechanism too. But when we unconsciously shut down and repress our emotions, their energy gets stuck in our bodies, creating visible symptoms. And we mistake the symptoms, aka repression, for the emotion, because it's the repression on the emotion that creates the symptom. So we unconsciously believe that it's the emotion, and it's so unconscious that we don't see the difference between the emotion and the repression of the emotion. We don't see the difference, and it's so unconscious. But the resistance towards the emotions, again, it's so unconscious because of childhood programming that we don't even see that we are speaking and acting from that unconscious resistance towards our emotional experience, towards most of the things that happen in our inner body. We don't see it. So I didn't know that my chronic colitis and a lifetime of anxiety were caused by unprocessed anger and fear. And it doesn't even matter what kind of trauma I had. It's the energy of my emotions that got repressed through that traumatic experience. So I also went to the meditation and somatic work groups with the intention of I want to allow this anger to feel better. I want to allow it. Not seeing that I was unconsciously speaking from resistance. The sentence itself, I want to allow this anger to feel better, was the resistance itself, but I couldn't see it. That sentence itself was the resistance, was coming from resistance. If I could see that, I would have said, I want to allow this anger in order to get rid of it finally, because I don't like it for different reasons. So that was the full truth of that sentence, that I want to allow this anger to get rid of it. Of course, I couldn't see that I was speaking from the resistance towards the anger. I couldn't see that it was myself going against the anger and pushing it down. Yeah, and then of course it hurt. The body hurt, my body hurt. And I myself was causing the pain because I couldn't see the resistance, aka repression, emotional repression. I couldn't see that I was repressing the emotion unconsciously, and that's what was causing the pain in my body and in my life and in my relationships. So that's why KI, the Kilo inquiries, that's why KI somatic processing on emotional repression is so effective, because with KI we teach ourselves how to make the unconscious resistance as thoughts and energies conscious. And then we can leave the emotions alone, because there is nothing wrong with them in the first place. Because is there any problem with the life energy, life force, or with the breath, for example? No, you don't even notice their presence anymore. They are just a part of your experience, right? So, why would there be a problem with emotions? Why? They are equally just a part of your experience, but you're noticing them because of the repression. Does the breath or the life energy make you suffer? No, because there is no repression on the life force or the breath. You notice the emotions and you feel that they make you suffer, causing you pain because you don't see the unconscious resistance and the repression that you try to repress those emotions unconsciously. Yeah, so is there any problem with the emotions that you're feeling? Yeah, and I'm sure you have a lot to say about it. But I think that's what I wanted to share today. Thank you.